Hello everyone and welcome to another Phyrexia All Will Be One draft with a crazy bomb mythic rare in the opener pack. This pack has also a Jawbone Duelist, a very nice uncommon, and a Furnace. The Punisher also very good. I'm not even sure which I would be first picking if there wasn't the mythic rare, because I do think that I might not take the Planetary Disruption first. It would be one of the creatures. I do like the Punisher because it's also a very decent blocker at 3 mana. A 3/3 can, hold off some 2 drops. But yeah, it's hard to decide, but I don't have to do it. This is just crazy. Even if you pay 4 life to make it a 5 mana card, it's great, but it makes, pluses into huge creatures and then has an amazing ultimate which you can easily go into, especially if you don't use the Phyrexian cost as life payments. So yeah, it's just an easy first pick in every pack. Well, I could take my second mythic rare here. Interestingly, also a Furnace Punisher here, still. Alright. Well, I'm not gonna mythic rare pick this thing, despite it still being something I could use to fill my collection with, but this is pretty much a limited unplayable card. I've seen many of these, I've passed many of these. Maybe I will at some point find a pack where this is a card I can easily pick, but this pack has 2 good cards to pass up. So I think the Furnace Punisher is still the pick here. I believe it is the best card, and with Nissa I would be playing red green, one of the the recognized very good archetypes, and I don't think I have really played too many of them, especially the ones that have oil theme, which is well supported by the colors. Yeah, I'll just take the Punisher here and let's see. Well, I'm getting a Kangaroo Bloom here. Now, of course, blue is here very open. Red is maybe not, but there's also a good black card here. I mean, not like amazing, but it's definitely a card you always want to have in your black decks that focus on poisoning the opponent, or at least getting them to corrupted status. It is a peak 3 though, and rare has been taken. But then again, none of the uncommons have been taken. 2 commons have been taken. It could be that red is not open. I fear that some good red cards have been taken, at least one. But yeah, it's very easy to take the Kangaroo Bloom because it's a fantastic 2-drop, and I definitely want to play a green. Nissa is still at least a double green card, even if you pay 4 life for it. So it's not really easy to splash. So I do want to have green as my main color. Judging by what is being passed to me here, I believe I maybe should consider blue. And I had a blue-green deck with a successful result too in a draft, not too long ago, maybe a couple of drafts ago. But I don't think these are the kind of blue cards I'm interested in taking here. I could take like a no. The Aspirant is more for the red-white deck, which has a lot of those equipment. I believe I just should take the 2-drop here. Maybe I don't care about poisoning the opponent, but it's still a 2-drop I'm happy to have. And here we have Tower Stand. Well, there's a lot of cards here actually, and the good news is green is open. I mean, there's multiple good green cards. There's a Tower Stand, the Lattice Blade Mantis, and the Stalker is good. I don't mind playing Engulfer, but it's of course a card you usually get quite late. There's also a very good red common. This is one of the better red commons. But I think I'll just take the Tower Stand. It's just such a multi-purpose card. For 1 mana it works like a Tamiya's safekeeping. Then this can be like a nice combat trick, even though it costs a lot of mana, but still. And sometimes it's just a fireball to the face when your creature goes unblocked and the opponent can't interact with it. So I'm gonna take these, but the Lattice Blade Mantis and Chimney Rabble were very worthwhile considerations there as well. But I don't have to lock myself into red. I might open some other than a green or red bomb rare, for example, in pack 2, and I could move to that direction. As you can see, red isn't open here, but very happily the green is open, and I think I'll take the Ruthless Predation here, a totally reasonable card here to pick. And another Engulfer. There is now some black here. I'm not sure if I really care about these. Now this thing doesn't poison the opponent. These things that this creates don't have toxic either. I don't know if I'm gonna be a toxic thing, so I think I'll just take the Slinger just in case. Red will be the second color in this deck. This is a fine 2-drop. Sometimes you get to kill some expensive artifacts, and sometimes you just play it on turn 2 to trade with the opposing early game. Alright, Awaken the Sleeper. I think I'll just... don't think these are worth considering. I'll take another 2-drop if I have to abandon red. At least I will have already actually 3 2-drops here, which are worth playing. Lattice Blade Mantis, easy pick here, very good 4-drop actually. And now there's a Titanic Growth Furnace Skull Bomb. Even this thing is actually good, and the Surgical Skull Bomb is really decent too. I think the best Skull Bomb out of the bunch. Wow. I mean, I don't really have that much oil here. I could take the Titanic Growth, but I think I'll take the Skull Bomb of the blue sort, because blue was very open. I might still go to blue-green, and this is a decent card. How about here then? Yeah, I'm not interested in this. I guess I'll take the Flyer. The trick isn't really that great. Draw 3 and Proliferate. Actually, I don't think this is a very good card. I'm just gonna take a 20 gems worth of rare. And here I got the 6-drop, which wasn't really a big surprise. Okay, okay, well, yeah, I got a rare and it happens to be red. Also green, but well, I will be green here regardless. It's pretty easy to take this now. Silvak Balcher I like. Cultivator would be nice here. Yeah, I mean, maybe I get something like a Lattice Blade Mantis back, but of course this is just a sick. I mean, just a 3-mana 4/4, they would always play that card in a limited, but and then this comes with an amazing amount of utility. So yeah, let's just take that, and kind of like I'm almost basically locked into red-green unless I get something really amazing from a black, blue, or white here. So I could cut the cards I won't be playing here, and here I can just take a Volt Charge, solidifying my deck more with the red cards. I think it's also the best card in the pack, so that's pretty nice. Red Sun's Twilight. I got wrecked by this thing a few drafts ago when I had a blue-white artifact deck. Now, I think I was losing that game regardless, but then the opponent just killed like at least 3 or 4 of my... at least 3, maybe 4 of my artifacts, and just attacked for lethal because they got the copies. But yeah, this is a good sideboard card, I'm saying that. But is it the card I'm gonna pick here? I don't think so. Free from Place, Furnace Strider. Maybe if I want some defensive plays, Taker, Split, Basilisk is also worth considering. But I think this thing is just very nice. I'll take this, hoping to maybe get something like a Free from Place a little bit later. Okay, but let's take the 1/5 drop here now. Okay, there's a Tyvar. It's not a great card, so I'm not really going to pick and splash it. I see a lot of this Paladin of Predations going. Well, I'm a bit soft to this thing. I like this maybe a little bit more than I should. And I have the Skyscythe Engulfer too. I don't have anything that ramps yet, but am I supposed to take like a Blazing Crescendo, which I like maybe a little bit more than the Titanic Growth? Or the Shrapnel Slinger. I have some 2s here already. I have 1 Shrapnel Slinger too. I'll take the Battle Chair now, and now I have to really just, avoid expensive stuff. I don't need any more expensive stuff, but this is the perfect pick here. I really wanted to have a Cultivator here. I'll just take that. There's no reason to consider the Splitter or any kind of splashes here. This is exactly the card I want to actually play as multiple copies in the deck. And here I see a Pack 2 Pick 6 Kangaroo Bloom. Another great 2-drop, another copy of that specific card, in fact. This draft is going very well. Of course, when opening 2 bomb rares, which I'm able to play, because their colors are the ones I can draft, that requires getting lucky, of course. But hey, sometimes you can get lucky when you draft. Hazardous Blast is a decent card in this format, but I'm not that aggressive deck. This is still a sideboard card to kill low toughness creatures, but I believe I just take this 2-drop here. I want to make sure I won't be run over. Okay, I could take the red Skull Bomb now. I could take maybe these 2, but I think I'll just take the Lattice Blade Mantis. I don't have a second 4-drop here, and this is a really good one. So let's take it. And okay, I get another Battle Chair. I don't think I'm gonna take another one. I'll take a Lattice Blade Mantis, so this is a good set of 4-drops here. Now if I can get these cultivators, more of these, because turn 1 cultivator helps you play a turn 3 4-drop. Maybe I will find something like a pump spell later on, but I just think I should take the very good creature. Sporesinger is very unlikely to be played. I don't need this kind of a 3-drop. I guess I could need a 3-drop, but I'm gonna take this for sideboard purposes. I'm not intending to main deck it. I could take another one, but I think now I'll take the Basilisk if I want to have some defensive options. Now, I don't actually like this in this color combination, but I still take it because I can take now the second copy for my sideboard. I still, feel like, okay, I got the Titanic Growth even. I could play this card just for smoothing out my mana curve, my creature curve. I would like to have you will always want to have the option to go 2-drop, 3-drop creatures. And this was my, second 3-drop. Actually third one, because there's the Mikolos too. Anyhow, this pack has a very good 3-drop. Just taking the Vorak, obviously, and moving on. There's not really much else to consider because this is a really nice card. Often digging me an additional land to get to play my expensive stuff. Okay, wow, what a pack. This has 3 cards actually 4 cards I want to have. Yeah, there's also the Free From Flesh. So another Tiber Stand, Free From Flesh, Vorak, and also an uncolored dual land that can even enter untapped so it doesn't punish you at all. If you have it in early game, this will just be strictly better than any other land in this deck. But the Vorak is just so good. I mean, I'm gonna take the Vorak, but it's very sad to pass this. This has a chance to come back if there are no red rafters in this set, in this table I mean, but maybe I get the Free From Flesh at least back here. Okay, Hex Gold Slash. So now, I don't think red was that open in pack 1. But I would imagine, well, I guess a rare has been taken and an uncommon have been taken. Maybe someone who is drafting red to my right might have taken a red rare or something. But anyhow, Slash, who could you really hope for a better card there to be passed to you? I don't have anything from black, even in the sideboard, so I'm never gonna need that land. Molten Rebuke. It's a decent removal option to have. I'm not sure if I'm gonna main deck it, but it's definitely good against the equipment decks because it can, kill 2 things in that case. Blazing Crescendo, Mantle. Yeah, I don't think the long legs is really that needed. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 2-drops, isn't it? It's kinda enough. I think I'll just take the Furnace. This will absolutely be a 17 land deck, so let's eliminate Mana Flood a little bit. And I have already enough playable. I have some cards I'm willing to cut here, but I should take the land now because I do like those quite a bit. Well. I don't think a Toxic 3 will be that relevant, but is this still a better card than this? Because this is always a 4/4. The fact it has a 4th point of toughness versus this, comparing to the Mantis, means that it is much better at blocking. You do want your 4-drops to be able to block. But I don't think I even need it. I mean, I have 3 of those. I'll just take another Furnace here because I have enough 4-drops here. I just don't need another 4-drop. And the land is, I'm of the opinion that it is a strict upgrade. At least the first couple of lands, even though they might slow you down. But it is really nice to have the option to crack them. Here I will take a sideboard card over, stuff that don't really matter. This is a very decent sideboard card. Alright, there is a Furnace Galbom. Thirsting Roots. I don't care about proliferating that much. Now I have some oil, so I care about it a little bit. Would I be playing like 17 lands plus the Thirsting Roots? I think I'll just take the Skull Bomb. Maybe I have enough synergy to make it worth playing. Oily Gorge Troll. Now, I have some, I think I should start with this thing. Sadly, I never got another cultivator, but it's a fairly early pick for any green drafters. I'm happy to have the one at least. None of this matters. Plague Nurse, Scamp. I don't think this is a Scamp deck, but this is not really a Plague Nurse deck. It's more likely that I want to maybe like a sideboard into a 1-mana 1/1 if the opponent is having like several X1s I want to be blocking early in the game. I got the 20 gems rare, but it wasn't the red-green land, sadly. Mantle. and Mantle. Okay, so I do have a couple of bum rares here. With the Battle Chair and the 5 drops, I might just cut the main deck Engulfer, especially because the only way to ramp is the 1 Cultivator. That's the easy cut. I do like the Strider and the Troll here. So let's see how many cards have this oil stuff. The Striders have, just to make the oil go to Troll, ideally draw a card. This has, these have, that's 4. That's 5. 6, and there's the 7th, and then the Furnace Calbom can put 2 oil on an artifact or a creature, and this doesn't care about if it's artifact. Yeah, just a permanent with an oil counter. But I don't have any artifacts here. I mean, I have 2, I think. No, I have 3. What's the 3rd one? Because this I knew I have a Skull Bomb. There's some artifact creature here. No, there's the Battle Chair. Anyway, I think that is enough for the Oil Gorge Troll to often draw a card, and sometimes you just, it's not an embarrassing card to have. 5 mana 3/4 gaining always 3 life. Could be good against some decks, but I do have enough of possibilities to actually, draw the card with this thing. I don't need double mantle. How many creatures? This is 17. I don't want to cut too many of them. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have space for the Skull Bomb, but I would maybe like to have it. Main deck Molten Rebuke. That said, I don't have a lot of removal. I have the Predation and I have the Hexgold Slash and 1 Volt Charge. That's only 3. Then I have the Pump spell here. I think the second copy of Mage's Mantle goes away. Maybe now with these 3 drops, yeah, I can cut the Ecospit. Basilisk 2, that's still 4 creatures and 1 burn spell that I can play as a 3 mana play just to keep up with the tempo. I like my creature curve here, but this is 25. It's definitely a 17 land deck. So now cuttable cards are the Skull Bomb here. I guess a Titanic Growth, but maybe I want to play 1 of that. And you could cut the Rebuke. I still need to cut 2 cards, that's the thing. But I don't want to cut my early drop creatures, I want to have access to these. I want to have access to these 6 2-mana plays for turn 2. Especially in this format when you are on the draw, you don't want to miss your 2-drop. There are so many aggressive decks you can get punished. I do have a 1 mana interaction spell, so there is that. If I would cut a 2-drop, it might be the Slinger, or maybe the Stalker. Well, I don't think I'm gonna cut either of those from the main deck. I could cut maybe the Titanic Growth, so I'd put it in against decks where I, for example, other red-green decks, or decks that I don't see having a lot of interaction, because of course you can get punished if you have to play these into opponent's open mana. Now, this is also a cantrip, which is kind of nice when you have, bombs in your deck, the Planeswalker and the Miklos, because, that's an extra draw, digging you deeper. I don't know if that really affects that much in the big picture, but maybe in some games where you wouldn't have drawn your bomb, you can draw it, but it's a very small increase in your likelihood to hit these bombs. But I also like this because it's another way to enable the Oil Gorge Troll, and it's not really such a bad idea to give this extra oil. These are definitely valuable when you can maybe put additional ones on the Lattice Blade Mantis and stuff like that. It's no joke. But I mean, I'm going to cut a card here for sure. I'm not playing less than 17 if I have this could be a 5-drop, but ideally you can, because for every 2 life you pay for this, this of course enters with fewer loyalty, 2 fewer loyalty. So I think ideally at least 6 mana to cast this thing. But yeah, regardless, even if this is a 5 mana spell, this is still 4 5-drops, 1 6-drop here. So maybe I should cut after all the Molten Rebuke from the main deck. And sideboard only it in when either I need to deal 5 damage to some creature to get rid of it, or if the opponent is playing, a lot of those 4 mirrored in equipment, so I can kill a creature and an equipment with 1 card. So this would be the main deck. That's 6 red only. Of course, green was much more open, but given the quality of my red cards, maybe not the Slinger here, but basically all other cards other than the Slinger, even the Furnace Strider, they are very good cards. And I'm just gonna play some number of... Yeah, kinda sadly I didn't get the red-green land or a Terramorphic Expanse. This thing cares about forests, but yeah, these spheres are not forests, so actually the fact that my 2 spheres are red-producing spheres is good for the Nissa, because the ultimate here, of course, you want to have, at least 4 forests, well 3 to 4, to make it an actual game-winning ability. So I will be playing a lot of forests in this deck. I think it's 10-7. I have no way to fix for my red, but I don't have double casting red spells. I want to hit my 2 and 3 mana plays and even the Hex Gold Slash early in the game still. So I think I can't really go below 7. This thing can dig into the red producing lands though. But then again, maybe 10 forests is gonna be enough. I can't really keep a starting hand that doesn't have a forest. But with 10 it's quite likely to have at least 1, so let's just do this. I don't know, let's have this Godzilla lands, for example. So 5 more of these, and this is the deck now. A little bit lacking removal, but it has powerful and big creatures, has a decent mana curve, and of course 2 bomb rays. And some synergy, not a lot of synergy, but a little bit maybe with some oil stuff, but that's a very yeah, this is not exactly a red-green oil deck, but it's just a red-green good cards deck. And let's see how far that can take me. On the draw, but a fantastic starting hand here. Can get blues into Vorax, into Mantis, yeah. Green, and what is the second color? Don't know about yet. Maybe they're mono green. This will trade if they have like their own Vorak. This can just attack into it, no big deal. Okay, green white with no 2-drops. So because usually this is an aggressive toxic deck, but of course I might be mistaken. In this case they might have something else. But okay, well they just didn't have this for turn 2, so I believe they might have had just no white source and they were lucky to draw it. Or maybe they just draw it on this turn and they had the planes there. Regardless, I'm gonna attack because I'll play a 3-3 here. Which I'm gonna of course block with. If they have a trick, then they have a trick. I will get a land here if I can. Miklos went to bottom, but at least my Nissa is still a potential draw here. I don't think I see it because it's a random order. Yep. But there was a Miklos and then I think it was it the 2 mana 3-1 and another mountain. Those were the 4 cards. Okay, Sporesinger, well that's something they can do. I'm not gonna jump it of course, so they get to poison me for 2. But and they will be trading of course. The Kangaroo Bloom trades with the Sporesinger, but I'm still gonna keep the aggression up. I don't care. I have a very good aggressive plan with double Lattice Blade Mantis. They need to have like a lot of removal to actually outrace me. And I know a safe play would have been to just kill the Singer. They might, pacify this for instance, and then I go suddenly to 4 poison, and that could be dangerous. Okay, this doesn't gain them a card, only the life. Now, okay, if they double block, they get punished by the Volt Charge, so this is really sweet now. Because I can make this into a 5-4, so they can't just jump or trade with the troll here, and they are not gonna risk it. And here I'm of course just firing up with all cylinders here. This could proliferate more counters to these things, and it could even be relevant, but I'm not sure. Let's of course see first what they're gonna draw and what I'm gonna draw. Okay, they can get 1-1 that can't block. I don't care about the 1-1 that can't block. They do have 2 mana now for some shenanigans if they have a instant speed action going on. I of course can respond with a Volt Charge, so it won't be that good against the Troll though. Okay, that's gonna die sadly. Steward. Now this thing proliferates as well, so I'm a little bit... Yeah, if I used this before... If I use this counter before I proliferate, I won't be having the option to add those counters unless I get my red Skull Bomb. Now how would they block? They would double block with the Attendant and the Troll. I really don't want to attack this just to proliferate. The thing is, if I make this into a 5-4 and they double block with the Troll and the Attendant, I can still finish off the other one. It will be 5 damage plus 3 here. And if they double block with the Singer and the 3-4, then I can just get a... This will survive in that case. So I believe what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna play this, because if I'm gonna use the Volt Charge, I get to at least proliferate on the Steward. So let's go here and take this action. Now proliferating won't help that thing anymore, but it was gonna die anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. So they'll just do that, and I will get rid of the... Let's put a counter here so I can proliferate something here too. Get rid of this 3-3 like so. This thing, and the Steward can make, give me some attacks. This can draw me a card. I have a blocker on the Singer and on the 1-1. If they attack with both, I'm not gonna take any poison here. I'll just make them use their tricks. Of course, this will be a 2-2 actually, so no, I won't be blocking the 2-2 with the 2. If they attack with both, I'll just block the Singer with the Vorak. Okay, they have 2 cards still in their hand. More fight spells, perhaps? Nope, no nothing. And there is the Furnace Skull Bomb. If my guy survived, I could actually put one there. Alright, so how to do it? I think I'll just start with... This is gonna pump. This is gonna cost 3 mana to pump. Yeah, I don't need to crack the Skull Bomb this time. I'm gonna have a Canker Bloom post-combat. So this is sorcery activation. Guess I could pump this guy too. But no, they would have to double block this thing if they wanna make it go away. Yep, this is what I'm gonna do. Go here. It might be the first time in this set that I'm actually using this ability, but now, finally... I mean, this is totally fine card trading with the opposing early drop early in the game. There's nothing wrong with that. So I can untap a land with this thing. So if they want to do something to the Canker Bloom or to the Skull Bomb, I can still untap a land and activate either of those abilities. Of course I can't add Oil Counter, but I can at least draw a card. I can't imagine them, Can't imagine them. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take poison now. But yeah, I can't imagine them actually trying to do something with the Skull Bomb here. But if they try to kill the Canker Bloom, if they have some means to do so, I would of course proliferate with it. Oh, I can actually destroy an artifact. Oh, that's an artifact. Let's keep that in mind. Now they got something. They get a land and a Plague Nurse, and they both go to battlefield now. I guess Plague Nurse isn't the worst. Yeah, that could have been something huge as well. Okay, adaptive guy. Alright, so they are actually stabilizing now. I don't think I have that great attacks, but the battle chair does a lot to help there. So if I put... No, I'm gonna just play the battle chair, of course. It takes 3 mana. Yeah, there's just no attack, but of course that was such a nice draw, of course, because now I'm gonna... Unless they have an artifact removal spell, this is gonna be such an amazing equipment in this board position here. Okay, Scrap Gorger hates graveyards, I don't care about that. It will become an 0-3 at some point, I mean a 3-3 at some point, no big deal. I can just wear it there. Oh, please don't. No! No! They had it! There's nothing I can do to respond to that thing. I actually need now my other bombs. Man, that was sad. So they had the main deck Carnivorous Canopy, and now I guess I still have the Steward in here. So it can give me attacks. Oh, this is gonna be good too. But I can both activate this and play the Mantis because I can untap a land. So how do they block now? If I pump this, it's a 5/5. They can put a 3/4 and a... Well, I'm actually happy to block trade the Vorak with the Plague Nurse, so that's fine. And if they do any other block, they will lose 2 creatures, which is also fine. If I pump a Kangaroo Bloom, they can block with a 3/3 and... no, actually... This will be 5 power. This will trade with either 2 creatures or trade with the Plague Nurse. Although I might want to have the Destroyer ability up. They might have a pacifism effect, for example. So let's just, do this. See how they do. If this block trades with the Plague Nurse, I don't mind. Okay, that's really good, I would say. They wanna do some poison stuff with the Plague Nurse, understandably. Now, they might actually, they can't attack with that many creatures though. But I'm gonna have to be careful, of course. But yeah, let's untap a land. Play this thing. Because of course I have a lethal counter attack if they attack with a lot of guys. And this thing, is gonna be a 2/2 thanks to the Singer, but I can block it with the 4/3. Oh, they didn't block okay, that's a 4/5, so I guess... Well, I mean, am I gonna take 2 poison? This ability only affects other creatures with toxic, so I would take 2 here. Yeah. I think I don't need to Mantis here. I'm gonna do this. Of course, hope they didn't draw an interactive spell, because that would mean that I lose both my guys. That trade was fine. Because I still have the Steward with... Oh, I have also that thing now. So let's first do this thing. Put a couple of... If they had an empty hand, I would of course go with the win. But they have a card in hand. Because they have only 2 blockers. I would win with a Tower Stand, but it's way too risky now. If they have some kind of interaction. Well, Hex Code Slash, definitely a big thing. So I can now... This won't be... Now I can just boost this guy. See if they're gonna go for a jump block with the 0-3. With the Cultivator I still have the Tower Stand up as well. Okay, they go to 2 now. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should just kill the Singer. Because they can also again attack with this thing. It's a 2/2. I don't really want to trade here. I'm gonna actually do this now. If they have a pump spell, they at least have to use it on my turn right now. I know that can kill even 4 toughness poison creatures, but I don't want to take no extra poison. If they have somehow are able to stabilize here, now I can just block the 1/1. Yep, okay. Now green, white. Okay, these 3/4s are annoying. Infectious bite is annoying. I'm gonna have a titanic growth, and I'm almost interested in having the mage's mantle as well. Now they have the carnivorous thing. Currently I don't have any enchantments. And by that thing I mean, of course, carnivorous canopy. That's what they have. I'm actually thinking about cutting the Silvok battle chair because look at my deck. I have 3 artifacts. I have no enchantments. I have no creatures with flying either. So if I cut the battle chair and maybe I'll play the engulfer instead. And then the other artifacts are the furnace galbon, which they are not gonna. And I can cut the shrapnel slinger, I think, too, and have something else. So what did I do now? I actually I put the engulfer in place of the battle chair, and I just cut my 2-drop, but I did put in the titanic growth to help me push through a little bit more. Now I did cut an early drop, and they might have some curving out potential here with the adaptive singer, and they will be on the play as well. So, well, I guess I don't mind if this thing actually is going to get killed by the carnivorous canopy. I really don't mind, but I also don't think that 2/2 is that good against their deck. So maybe I'm gonna be having a little bit risky play here. I could take a 3-drop that can trade with their toxic creatures because of the death touch, but I don't think I'm gonna cut anything here, so I'll just have it like this. That's a fine hand. This helps me find my mountain for the Punisher, and I have the Cultivator to help me, cast my 3 mana card even if I don't draw the land. Of course, I have 3 2 mana plays here available, so I'm not too concerned at all. Okay, Glider. Well, this can kill this thing, but it's not relevant right now. I think I'll play the Stalker for now, because I might want to play this when I have mana up, so I can use the ability if they try to deal with it. Both of us get to do the thing with the Cultivator now. I don't have a 4-drop to play. They have that guy. I can trade with that thing, obviously, with the Stalker. Okay, put an oil counter here, and I kind of want to continue attacks though, but I don't want to take the Basilisk. I can play 2 2-drops. That won't leave me mana up for the Kangaroo Bloom, but that might be the thing, because I do want to start attacking, and I don't care if they block with the Cultivator, but that will cut off them from mana. But I can play 2 2s here. Maybe that is what I want to do. Maybe they even block the Stalker, and if they do, of course I can change my plans in that case. The Basilisk could block here, but they don't care about the mana adding from that thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this plan. I guess I could, block with the Vorak, but this is better for my mana. I lose my oil here, but I don't have anything expensive to ramp to right now, so this way I get to deploy 4 mana worth of stuff instead of just 3 mana worth of stuff. Although I would have been able to add another counter here, so it would be more mana later in the game, but for example, well, it doesn't matter now. At least I have 2 blockers. I'm not minding about blocks here. I mean, I can block with either of these if they would attack with the Basilisk. If I get to untap with the Kangaroo Bloom, that's quite nice. It can kill the glider because it might become a problem if they get to corrupt me. Although with this board they are not getting. Okay, now they do that. So this is very easy, of course. Alright, they didn't care about that. Alright, so play the Punisher this turn. I think the 1-3 is no longer that interesting. I mean, I'll just do the attack here. Let's trade here. It is fine. I have a menace guy here, and this can add some oil here. Now I am, of course, a little bit concerned about drawing too many lands here, but I also don't see that. I mean, the opponent plays a lot of cards that do not, in fact, that's a good one, that do not, in fact, you know, cause poison to me. Now, it would be tempting to attack with both. If I can go with the Tower Stand, I would be able to save my. Well, of course, this gives indestructible 2, so x equals 2 would be enough if they were to block. Because this is not doing much. This will attack as a 5-4. I wouldn't mind using the stand here. X equals 2 though means that I won't be able to have mana to play the Vorak, so let's not do that after all. I can take the 5 damage, or maybe, I mean, I can also choose to, you know, block with this thing and play the, okay, land is good. Play the, I'm gonna play the tapped land. There was a Nissa, by the way, that sadly I lost it. But I can make it, of course, now, by untapping a land, I can make it into a 4-4 indestructible. But it's risky if they have some kind of a trick here, of course, but I think I'm gonna risk it. If they have the infectious bite, that's the worst, because they can respond by killing this thing. If they have their own pump spell, this will still be indestructible, so that's just a 1-for-1. Okay. One blocker. I have to untap a land, of course, to give the x equals 1 here. It seems like they don't have any responses, so that's great. There I go to 16. I have now 6 power of, well, I guess 7 power of creatures, but if they have no blockers. Okay. Furnace Calbom. It is time to just cast this thing in. I should cast with the forests, because I can untap a forest with this thing if I draw a green card. If I don't, oh sorry, that will always require. Oh, I used the wrong mana to tap. Yeah, I should have paid it for forest. I mean, I think this is still fine. I can play my mountain and still crack the land, so I was just a fool. And I can untap mountain. Yeah, I was just a fool there. Now this is all fine. Attack for 7. They have run out of spells here, so I can just now play the mountain, so I can crack the furnace. I haven't needed my bombs. They can get something now, which is going to be either a Tyrannax or the Mantis. Well, the Tyrannax is just slightly better. I have no poison. Yeah, this is. They're gonna get the Ichor Glider working now, but they also are not winning this race, so hopefully. Okay, well, that's bad. Hopefully, I am able to. Oh. Yeah, I should attack with everything, because that way they will be at 3, so my 3 power creatures are lethal. There's no point in anything else. I'm not gonna die to their attack. That they can deal 7 damage to me. If they have a Titanic Growth, I lose. Skrell's Hive is gonna give them lifelink here. Wow. They take 5 life now. Oh man, oh man. I mean, if they attack with the... No, 5 is... Yeah, they go to 8 life here. If they attack with the Icor Glider, that is. If they don't, yeah, then they would go to 7 only. Wow. The combination of a hasty guy and me drawing just lands and and them getting, and them also having the Skrell's Hive giving them lifelink, that was nasty. But I suppose I'm still in the game, especially if they have a land in hand and they draw a land. Yeah, no reason for me to proliferate. Nope. So, am I gonna attack for 7 or for... Because I might want to leave another blocker here. This will deal 2 in the... I guess I can just double block this guy too if I really want to be safe. But I know I'm gonna lose to the Glider in 2 attacks. So I have to, you know, just win in during the next turn. And hope they don't draw a pump spell for this guy. But I could leave the Cultivator to block, so I can jump block with the Cultivator. I have more. Yeah, let's do that. I don't think that more it's gonna matter too much. I mean, if I don't deal the 1 point here, because that allows me to jump with the Cultivator, allowing me to attack with the Vorak. These guys, of course, can't block. Hey, I made a mistake. I forgot that they lose 1 life per turn. So if I did attack with this thing, that would have been a lethal attack, because they obviously didn't have anything. They would have died in their upkeep. Yeah, there's a drawback with the Skrell's Hive. It doesn't just pump creatures, it makes you lose life. So now if they have a pump spell, I really got punished by making that mistake. One good thing is here that I can actually crack their Autonomous Furnace end of their turn, because I will untap with it. And I can still win here. I mean, if they have nothing... if they don't attack at all, then I just, you know... Unless they have a fight or bite spell, they will just die on their next upkeep. But of course I would have just won already if I would have attacked with the Cultivator, because it pretty much seems like they didn't have any instant speed life gain option there. Well, let's see what's their decision. They need to gain the life there, of course. They go to... No, they don't go to... This is not gonna be pumped because of this Glider not attacking. So actually that is a reason for me to maybe double block after all. I won't lose my Cultivator. They go to 5. They have to block with the Glider anyway, if they have nothing in their hand. So let's say if I jump block with the Cultivator, I do actually have a lethal. They go to 5 here. Yeah. Oh, but that actually still gonna be enough with the life loss they have. Because they're gonna go to 5, but... Okay, I'm gonna play it a little bit safe now. I'm gonna do it like this. Lose my Vorak there. But now I can deal 4 to them. And then they take 1 life loss in their upkeep. Assuming they have no play now. If they do have a play, well, then it's a different story, but they didn't attack with the Incisor Glider. So that means that they don't have a window for the next turn, so they had to read this as a blocker. That's my... Okay, well that should be a... This is any target, so I shouldn't be in any trouble now. So I'm just going to attack with everything, but this will be enough. They will have to jump block. They go to 1 here, and then I'm actually going to let them lose to the Skrell's Hive. If they do some shenanigans, then I can respond with the Volt Charge. This way they just lose here anyway. And that should have... That was supposed to happen in their previous turn as well. If I, you know... I know what the card does, but I just kind of ignored that there is the lose 1 life part there. But I didn't at least get punished by that mistake, but it was a pretty foolish mistake to not realize that this is... That when they were at 8 life, 7 damage is actually lethal in combination with the Skrell's Hive. But that was a 2-0 victory without either of my Bumrays making an appearance. So I like my deck more now. I go first, but my only... I mean, the thing is that the battle chair is quite decent and it's almost guaranteed to be a turn 6 play now. And this is a very good 4-drop, and I'm on the play. I'm actually gonna keep it. It's a bit risky, of course. Or even one of my lands is one that I can use to cash in for a card if I just keep drawing lands. And you can always have the option, because I have 6 2-drops, 4 3-drops. I had like 10 good draws. Then I have a cheap interactive spells. It wasn't a very small chance to open interaction. Sorry, to draw relevant spells there. I can just make this trade happen here. I'm very surprised if they don't block. Okay, they did not block. Now, lucky for them, there's no way for me to... Maybe they have the 3-2 that can kill this by paying 2 life. -1/-1 to a creature. Oh, we space off the draws. Okay. I understand. Yeah, lucky for them, I don't have any use for the toxic stuff, so the fact they took 2 poison there isn't too relevant. Okay, no place. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell. That's not an artifact. Okay, so I can do this. And no counter spells, no interaction of any kind. There's an uncommon bounce spell, I guess, which they might have been able to play there. Now I do have my Oil Gorge Troll, so I am not going to use this Lattice Placed Mantis. At least not both of the counters immediately. Of course, if they have like a... If their block becomes much worse, if this is a 5/4, that's a different story, but... Okay, that's an artifact I can kill with the Shrapnel Slinger. So I'm gonna do it just right away. No point allowing them to double block. Now I could do one attack here using the oil, but I think I'm not, because their block isn't good now. I don't care about this attacking on the next turn. I mean, either it's unblockable, which I couldn't block anyway, and if it's not unblockable, it's just gonna deal 1 damage. So it's better to save these now, because it only has 2 triggers. Well, it triggers always, but only 2 oil, so it's better to save it when it's gonna be relevant that it's a 5/4 instead of a 4/3. Okay, got some lands, but it's no problem. I have the battle chair for this turn, and then I can crack the furnace if I keep drawing lands. Now they are most likely going to just jump block with the Watcher. I don't know why they are not... Okay, they are not attacking with the Synthesizer there, but I guess they have their reasons. Okay, let's see if they have a counterspell now. I guess I could have done this pre-combat, but we'll see. They do. They get to proliferate. I think that was what they was holding. On the previous turn they didn't have this 3 mana up. They had only 2. So even if I did that pre-combat, I was most likely gonna get countered there. Of course this was a huge setback for me, because it was my game plan there. That was my game plan, which now isn't gonna work. So now I have to actually draw some, relevant stuff, and relevant stuff is gonna be something more than a 2-drop. I guess I have 2-drops that hit for 3. Yeah, my 2-drops are good. I have 2 Kangaroo Blooms, another Stalker, which is gonna still be a 3-power creature. Yeah, my 2-drops aren't that bad, and the Shrapnel Slinger also got good value out of... Gave me good value by killing the Ichor Plate Golem. But yeah, the imperfection, reject imperfection was definitely unfortunate thing, especially if they have an interaction on the Mantis now, which they don't though. Okay, now they are not going to fool around. Do I have to crack my land now? I kept the 5-lander, but still I have drawn 6 cards. Only 2 of them were spells. So it's unlucky. But what can you do? Let's just get a niche. I have a lot of forests. Okay, that is a good one if they don't have a counterspell. And this is enough of a reason to maybe... No, they can actually trade here. That's annoying. That's super annoying, because I have the card draw in here. I guess I'm not gonna pump this now. I'm gonna decline. I hope they don't trade. No, they're gonna trade here, so I don't get to... get my card unless I draw something else that has oil. Yeah. I mean, I could have not attacked, but it's also pretty risky because they can start threatening a lot of damage. You know, with the flyer and this unblockable. But it's very unfortunate that it was my only way to enable the troll to find to draw me a card. And I most likely have to play this if I don't have anything else. Now I do have some removal, so maybe I can kill the synthesizer because it's the only thing they have going on for now. This doesn't do anything as long as I don't have poison. Okay, well that thing does allow me to get a card with the troll, but I'm actually getting out tempoed now. I'm gonna take up to, you know, this can deal 4 in the air. I might take even 7 damage here now. And this thing can give 2 or 1 oil counter at a time. This will gain me 3 life though. But sadly, my... Yeah, well, Nissa is gonna be +7 and trample, so I guess I can still win with that. And this can't... I mean, if it deals 4 now, then it won't be dealing 4 on the next turn. Even if they give oil to the... Yeah, I guess it can still... They can still threaten lethal if they put a couple of oil there, but they don't know about my life gain. This is a sorcery speed activation. Okay, they have another jump block available. This can't sack anything. Okay, Hex Gold Slash. So that's an... I guess I can kill the Raptor with it. Anyhow, there's no point using the Mantis right now. I'm gonna play, of course, this now because they will draw a card from the Watcher, so I don't want this guy to get countered. Okay, Cultivator, that's good. So now, because they are gonna just block with the Watcher here, I am going to, in fact, not use the ability here. I don't need to untap it and have a blocker either. I know I could, you know, slash the Watcher there, but it's just not good enough when they have the Skitterling as well. Now I think I still need to find... I think I still need to find a removal or something here. But let's just really hope that they're actually gonna use the Raptor so that they, you know, use it twice. So hopefully they will keep it with the facade, a counter on the Raptor, and hopefully they activate it twice. So it becomes a 3-2, and that allows me to kill it with the slash. That's not enough for me. Now I can resume turn and then kill it and hope they don't have anything. They don't, so I still have, you know, 6 lives, so this is not lethal yet. Wow, a 3rd Watcher. This is gonna be so good. Okay, Ruthless Predation. Now that is a way for me to actually... Yeah, just do this and hope they don't have interaction for this. And now it's much less of a big deal that they are going to you know, jump block here because they have no clock anymore. Now, am I going to attack with the Cultivator? I mean, of course they are not going to double block here, the Cultivator. But I might want to have a blocker for the 1/4 just in case they decide to attack with it. And again, it's no point untapping them Mantis because they're gonna jump block it anyway. But I drew one of my few removal spells and I said I kinda need it. Of course the other good draw would be Nissa. Or what else is there? The Miklas would be good, but it doesn't get haste or anything. But of course now, let's see if they have other flyers or stuff. Okay, Skullbomb can bounce one of my things. They will have 4 mana still if they haven't played a land this turn. I don't think they have played a land, so... I mean, if they have a land drop, they have a 4 mana. They don't wanna bounce the troll. Of course they're gonna bounce the mantis. Or if they really want to deal 1 damage on this turn, they will bounce the cultivator, but... And the Skitterling can block the 3-4. That is, of course, yeah, that was a good draw for them. Now, this predation was a really good one too, but this gives them a lot of time because I don't have attacks now. Well, I guess I can attack for 1 if I attack with both. And they have no blockers. They had a land that allows them to draw a card. A Tyvar's Stand would be, of course, very good draw too. That's a really good draw too. I even have mana for both. I think I could have added a counter here, but I didn't because I'm a fool. Okay, they are gonna tap something. That's actually not so relevant even. They could have eaten this for free, or even double blocked the troll. I'm very happy they chose to do that. No attacks. This thing and this thing. Now let's please add the counter here. You know, it could matter in some cases. I don't think it will, but this would have a counter if I didn't take my turn too hastily. But I might need it for a blocking purpose, so I don't want to tap it before it's needed. Or before it's safe to do that. Okay, they cast in their land. They have drawn a lot of cards because of these cantripping, well, kind of cantripping Malcounters. Watchers, they had the Skull Bomb. They had the Augury, but they still have 16 cards left in the deck. Okay, no. It seems like once they played the land, they really didn't have anything else there. It was such a fast priority change, or maybe phase change, combat phase. They could hold a counter spell, of course, or yeah, they did tap out. No, they're not holding. They wouldn't have tapped out for a Chrome Prowler if they had a counter spell on the previous turn. Because I think they did completely tap out for the flash creature, which was kind of unnecessary. I had a 3-4 and a 1-2. They have blocker on the 3-4. They could have actually eaten this guy for free. Well, there is the Tower Stand. Am I gonna go for it this time? I'm gonna at least attack with everything, even with the Cultivator, and use this. Because that's a lot of damage. They could eat the Cultivator for free, but it's also... I mean... If they have a bounce spell, this has oil. I guess I can recast this. I don't think there's an instant speed kill spell on the troll, so I'm gonna go for it. This is now 7 damage. I need only 2. So if I put X equals 2, I will have 5 mana left if they have a bounce spell. Can they gain life instantly? I don't really think they can. They can bounce something else too, actually. Okay, fine. Let's go with something like this. Oh, how about if they have the counter spell that taxes me for 2? So I'm gonna put, because I'm not corrupted, so it's gonna be like this. Okay, fine. X equals 5. Let's go here. It is lethal, yeah. But yeah, it's always nasty to play against blue and black with open mana and cards in hand. But the Magic Arena again kind of told me that they have nothing because their priority changes were so instantaneous. When I passed priority, I immediately got it back, which meant that they didn't have anything for instant. They could have had a counter spell, but I played around the one counter spell I could have played around. Okay, so blue black. The Raptors are... I'm actually kind of wanting to again play there. This thing has reach, the Engulfer here. Huh. I mean, the Raptors are kind of annoying if they... They are good blockers. Okay, well, first of all, I'm at least playing the Titanic Growth. Oh, I should maybe play the Carnivorous Canopy too. This is an artifact. This is a flyer. Now, I didn't see the tap down, the lockdown enchantment, which, you know, could be easily had, proliferating lockdown aura, because this would be good, this Carnivorous Canopy in that case. But what I'm gonna cut here, I mean, definitely the Slinger will be. No, it won't be that good. These flyers are not artifacts. I have to make up my mind. I kind of want to play the Titanic Growth at least. I kind of want to maybe play the Sky Engulfer, but maybe it is unnecessary. I should be able to outrace them. These can also deal with artifacts though, so I'm not gonna need the Canopy. Maybe the flyers are not that big of a problem, but I mean, what I'm gonna cut here. Oh man, I need to cut something quickly. I wanna play Titanic Growth. I'm gonna cut the Furnace Skull Bomb. This is it. So I leave the Silver Battle Chair. I won't be playing the 6-5 Trampler. But the reason I wanted to have the Titanic Growth is that they have the 1-4 blockers. I want to be able to push through them. A bunch of my creatures have only 3 power, so the 1-4 blockers are quite good in that. But now the first time I have my Bomb Rare coming up, unless it gets countered, but I even have a 2-drop here. Actually, this is a pretty sweet 2-3-4 if I draw a 4th land. Well, that's not a bad card either. This can destroy artifacts and enchantments with 3 mana and 3 oil. Do they have a 2-drop? Oh, they actually... Why would they play a land first? Because I saw they had a tapped land. This draw could have been a tapped land and they would have played that, but anyway, small thing. So I don't know what would they do this on their turn. I guess they wanted to... They left the swamp up, so they could, you know, have drawn the -1/-1 to deal with some 2-drops I could play. Okay, so... now that it's pretty safe to play this thing, I can do it. I could attack here because there's actually no punishment. I don't care if they attack with their thing. I would assume they are very happy to trade the Skitterling with a trick of mine. But I mean, there's a world where they are not blocking and I get 3 free damage in. I don't think they should, you know, not block here. 3 damage is too much. They don't even have a path to enable this Corrupted right now. Maybe they have in their hand. But that was the only logical way to do it. Now let's see if they have an answer for the Miklos. The good thing is that if they do have the Lockdown Aura, that doesn't prevent using abilities, so I can just eat the Aura with the Miklos ability itself. Necrosquido, okay. So whenever they proliferate or when their creatures die, or artifacts too, this thing gets an oil counter. Well, I have a Ruthless Predation, which I think I have to use right now, before it grows out of hand. This becomes a 4-4, eats this, it can attack through that guy. That seems pretty sweet, and I can even continue with the Pride Stalker, which won't be, you know, that amazing. And I even can't because I don't have actually more than 1 forest. But yeah, the 3-1 is not so good against the Skitterling. But now it is definitely better to do this now when it's safe. I get to attack for a lot of damage too. 8 damage in fact. So I do believe that even though this was inefficient mana use, and I could, you know, pump this guy, but there's no point doing it right now. I guess I kinda could. That will still leave this guy a lot of oil. And maybe if they deal with this, I'd rather deal the 2 damage now. Okay, let's deal 10. There's no other use for the mana unless I want to use the Kangaroo Bloom for something, but I felt like that's what I wanted to do. I don't know if that was how smart. Okay, they're just the main phase ogre here. Now they do need to play, you know, something that affects the board. Of course I played a sick 3 mana 4/4. But that's a lot of mana for stuff that don't do much. Okay, that can be killed with the Kangaroo Bloom. That just happens. So no big deal there. Alright, that's gonna be great. I guess that kinda means I wanna Borak here. Well, first I just attack. There's no point killing the golem before I attack. It's not, I mean, if they jump block with it, that's something I don't mind happening at all. So now it's just gonna be because of these stuff I have in my hand. Let's try to find a forest here, and even if I don't, this is only 1 mana to activate. Well, I guess land is a land, but... Alright, so now the question is, am I going to kill the golem? So this says, a creature enters the battlefield, it casts... Okay, I don't really see a reason to use the Kangaroo Bloom right now. I might do it on their end step. Yeah, ogre. That is 2 mana out of their 6. I guess they still have 4, but that is a lot of mana used for things that don't affect the board. They do have this, you know, good defensive card. You know, 1/4 is actually quite good against my board here, and they have multiple of those flyers that can also be 1/4. That's toxic guy. Malcatter. None of that have oil. Okay, so I think the golem is gonna just go now. Just to, you know, prevent some blocks. Now they don't have that great. Oh, wow. I still have the Lattice Blade Mantis, but I have in this deck 10 forests and 7, you know, bread producing lands total. At 6 mana, I wouldn't have expected to be at 5 bread producing lands and 1 forest. Alright, so this thing can get Vigilance and Menace, and then it can get +2/+2. So it could be a 6/6 Vigilance Menace. Now, that means they have to... Well, that means I have to use too much mana there. I actually want to play my Lattice Blade Mantis. Now I can use the first and second ability and still have mana for the Branch Blight Stalker here. I think they'll just gonna jump with the Watcher. They can triple block, but then I can make this into a 6/6. It's actually better to just not worry about the Vigilance Menace this time. But yeah, I could have made them lose 2 cards by doing that, but then that would have not allowed me to use mana here. Well, maybe not. Now, actually, yeah, I could have done that. Because I thought that I have to also make it into a 6/6, but of course if they block with just 2, I don't have to do it. They can only deal 3 damage total. And if they put a third one to block, then of course the 6/6 is quite nice because I get to kill their board. So that was a mistake. I should have done it. I should have done it. Another mistake. Why am I doing mistakes? Well, of course I'm in a pretty good shape here, so I'm not gonna be too concerned. And there's even that. So should I play the troll right away? Let them counter it if they have that thing. I can still give Vigilance and Menace. Okay, let's see what they have. Because they do have 2 cards in their hand. If they have an actual counter spell, I'd rather get rid of it. They get to proliferate, which does nothing. It's better that they proliferate before this goes to graveyard. Now it's no point giving the Vigilance and Menace. Or actually it is. No, there's actually not, because they just don't block this. No, they have to block. No. Now this threatens lethal, so they do have to actually block this thing with the hybrid, I would assume. But if I used mana on it, I don't have no longer mana to you know, activate the second part. So let's do this, and 1-4 is gonna block the 3-3, 2-1 is gonna block these, so I could use an oil to make them go to 1. You know, maybe it's worth something, I don't know. I'm gonna use it. Okay, they have to block the crusher unless they have a... Yeah, they do. Doesn't matter how they do it. Okay, so of course now I'm totally winning here unless they have some crazy amazing thing. I don't think there's a mass removal for black that would deal with this situation. They can, you know, sack a creature. Nice. Alright, that was... It seemed like they had a little bit multiple things going on, because they had payoffs for, you know, me being corrupted, but then they had also, you know, these artifact cantrips, and then they had the oil counters and everything. Maybe they should have focused on some of that stuff, because it seems like they couldn't really get their deck together in this game. Okay, I get to be on the play, and very nice hand plus. Maybe this is the game where I get to play a Nissa. That's a pretty good one. It will be a 5 mana, 3 loyalty, but you can plus it immediately. Yeah, I'll just play my 2-drop, I believe. Maybe they have an artifact I want to kill, but I'd rather curve out. I could have played a tap land, but I believe I might have an opening for the tap land later on. Okay, so Borak. Red, green, green. I can take another red because I'm gonna crack the furnace at some point, so I will have double red, plus I have more forests in the deck anyway, so... Kangaroo Bloom can just kill that. I think I just should do it right away, so that I can attack with the slinger. So another one of these oil things here. Also makes my slinger a better card now. They go to 13, and next turn I have the option to do this. This also says destroy target artifact or enchantment, by the way. Seed core. Okay. This person also has Necros Guido. Okay. I can give oil with this thing, but then it's gonna be slow. Now XX green Phyrexia and creature horror. X is... No, the thing is gonna lock down immediately, so it's not like it's gonna change based on Nissa's loyalty. So I will get a 4/4 token with the plus. This will be a 4 loyalty after that, but problem is they can of course proliferate twice, for instance, so I might lose my Nissa, but that also means that they, you know, have to use their turn doing that. But I think I'm still gonna just first see what they are gonna do, because there's no point doing anything before I see how they block. They might, you know, actually trade with the slinger, which would be a reason for me to play the Nissa right away, but I can also now just play my 3/4 and not care about the card. That is not a bad idea. If I had a 3-drop in the hand, I would just crack this, give some of these guys oil. I could still do the Nissa, of course. It's gonna force them to... I mean, the 4/4 is gonna... Yeah. Okay, let's cast the Nissa now. It's gonna cost, of course, a bunch of life, but that doesn't matter even. I might lose it, but it's just getting a 4/4 and making them jump through some hoops to actually get rid of the Nissa is gonna be good enough, because they are pressured by my creatures so much. Okay, so is there gonna be a double proliferating? And then of course if this attacks it won't be around to block. Then again, if they don't kill this, I just get another, you know, token of some size at least. There's not really much. I mean, they can't really win without decreasing loyalty at least. So I'm gonna get a 3/3 now. Punisher is gonna almost punish them, but they do have two non-basics. So, sorry, two basics. So now I'll just plus Nissa right away. I guess I could kill the Dune Mover actually, and that's lethal attack, isn't it? Unless they have... Now what they could have is the... Yeah, they could have the offer immortality. So if I try to kill this, it will be... And I think I saw there a... You know, a pause when they attack with this thing. So I'm assuming they have an offer immortality. This becomes an indestructible death touch in that case. I do think it's better for me to not do that right now. I'm gonna just plus Nissa. Get a 3/3. And of course if they don't have an offer immortality, then it's just very good for me anyway. Okay. So now I just get... This thing gets an oil counter, so now of course this... They can attack Nissa so that it dies, but I got a 4/4 and a 3/3 out of it. And I forced them to use their attackers, and I can play this guy. I can actually crack this first, if it makes any sense. No, it doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna crack it maybe end of turn. Then I can play the troll. Okay. This is of course, I mean, just look at the board here. There's no mass removal for these colors. This is just of course 4 lethal attackers and one of them has even menace, so them being able to kill the Nissa isn't really gonna make a big difference. But yeah, that was now that. Bum Mythic making an appearance. Miklos helped me win one game. Now this helped me win one game. And my deck has actually... The only card I haven't really seen is the Furnace Strider. Even this made a small appearance, but it got countered and destroyed. I think I have actually showcased the deck quite well. I have done basically all the things the deck can do. Now, how do I sideboard here? It's not over. I could play the Golem, the Necros Guido. This can really grow out of hand, especially with blue-black that has plenty of proliferating around. So I'm kind of interested in the Canopy after all. But the Slinger is decent. Yeah, the problem is that I don't have a lot of cards I'm willing to cut. Maybe the Furnace Galbum is the thing. Let's actually try it. Let's cut it and have the Canopy. This should have a targets against the blue-black deck anyway. I don't think I need anything else now, so no rebuke. Alright, this is fine. I could win this game and that would be the event. I think I actually won both the first matches without losing a game, so I think I'm at 5 games and at 5 game wins with 0 game losses in this event, but now is at least the first absolute mulligan hand. Alright. This is fine. And I'm not sure about if I have lost the game. I might have lost the game there somewhere, but okay, Venser can't be. It has... Oh, it is toxic. Whenever you... Sorry, maybe you don't see that. Whenever you proliferate, they get a 3/3 and then that thing... Oh, okay, that's sick. But it has toxic one. Yeah, it does. So it is deals 4. Now that's a reason to be blue-black in this format. This is definitely a rare I would just first pick. Even though blue-black is maybe a weaker color combination. Okay, couple of these Wurak guys. Good. I don't mind hitting my lands here. Oh, Nissa went there. And also the battle chair. So a couple of my heavy hitters went there. I'll just block here, of course. They get a 1/1, but not much you can do about it. have some poisoning plan here, definitely. And then of course they will be able to proliferate quite a bunch. Both of those can be blocked with the Mantis, plus of course next turn, now that I drew the 2-drop. Next turn I can play 2-drop and a 3-drop, so this is just gonna... Of course they can remove this and then they get to start their toxic stuff, but there was no way I'm gonna play, you know, inefficiently mana-wise now that I have the decent pair of plays for the next turn. That's gonna get back there, well, anything. This is actually a very good start from the opponent, so I might get beat by the Venture, because it's hard to raise this thing, because the thing has also lifelink when they... Well, I guess they need to still proliferate, and maybe they can't proliferate all the time, but it's gonna be hard. Anyhow, I'm just going to trade with the Paladin. I can't imagine them not blocking. Maybe if they have a removal spell, they could still choose to take 5 here, but I think this is pretty easy. But I do think I'm in trouble here now. I don't even have Nissa draw now. Okay, that's at least something I can use. And I don't have Nissa draw, and I don't have the battle chair because they are down there somewhere. And this was the land I put away from my starting hand, so yeah, there's a long way for Nissa. Skull Dweller. Well, I guess they haven't really been able to poison me yet, but... Okay, why would they do that? Because they wanna grow the Necrosquid. That makes sense. Still block there though. That is a shame. I mean, I actually... No, I need my sideboard card for the Necrosquid. If I attack, they will make trades. This is gonna become a very big thing. If I attack with both... The 1/1 is gonna block there. I think I'll just attack with both here. They will trade with both. I'm pretty sure they make the Necrosquid into a 5/5. Because they don't know I don't have any blockers. I mean, I'm just flooding out here. Oh, they wanted to save their Death Dancer. Sure. But I'm actually not gonna even worry about the toxic. I'm gonna die to the flyer first. So if they wanna attack for 1 damage now, be my guest. So now they will proliferate if they have means to do that. They get a 3/3 golem. And then when they keep proliferating, that gains flying and lifelink, or they can just trade the golem away and they can keep making it. Yeah, cultivator isn't the greatest one in there. Okay. It might be time to lose a game here. I'm losing to the flyer, so it's... I mean, if they have a proliferating card, but they did not. So... I guess as long as they don't have any plays, I can still win, especially if I draw my sideboard card on the Necrosquid. They can use one of the lands to draw a card. Yeah, the Nimrazer Paladin is such a nice card. Traded with a high impact card I had, and then of course they just got a card back for free. Yeah, if I had my Nissa still as a live draw, I wouldn't mind this situation. I would still have a victory possibly happening. But of course, I now know it's below this forest, because that was among some cards I revealed with the Vorak. They do have a decent game plan there for sure. But as long as I can't get my... Yeah, I'm gonna take 5 from the neck. Yeah, like I said, the Necrosquid can really become a nasty one. When you can't raise the opponent, and of course I can't really raise them because of all the lands I have been drawing here. After mulligan into 6 even. So That's 2-turn clock. They're actually cracking those lands. Well, why not? Maybe they don't have anything expensive there. But it's basically a 2-turn clock, because once this drains even once, the 2 attacks from the 5-5 will be enough. And of course, if they get to proliferate, this will be a 6-6. Yeah, I will need something good. Okay, they can exile that. Yeah, I don't think there's any way for me to win, because the cards in my hand are total nonsense. They don't do anything. Single card draw won't help me. Kangaroo Bloom doesn't kill a flyer, sadly. So that is it. No reason to show them anything else. Well, that was of course a bad draw there. But is there a way for me to... So they have these cheap things. They have the Nimracer Paladin, that's value. I didn't see that many ways to deal with big things. I'm actually tempted to play the Engulfer here after all. So if I do that, do I want to play the Rebuke? The Rebuke is mostly good against... Nah, no, it's not. It's too expensive. They don't have any equipment either. I think I still will play the Canopy. But if I play the big thing there, what am I going to be cutting in that case? Yeah, everything is just so nice here. It's very hard to cut anything here. Maybe I just hope they don't find the flyer and the canopies. Yeah, I'm gonna try to just curve out myself. Kinda want to play this. No, maybe it's just... I mean, how many creatures that is? 17. I could play one trick. Either the permanent trick or the cheaper with higher pump effect. I do have the Tiber stand, but yeah, the problem is I don't want to cut really anything. Yep, let's keep this deck. Hope to draw my big things. I don't need any pump spells in that case. Okay, well, I'm not going to, mulligan this hand. I need one land to play these 3 drops. And of course, with the Miklos, that's gonna be fantastic. Now they have the Exile 3-drop or cheaper thing. So I might start with the Punisher. But that's assuming I even draw the land. Okay, no, now it's gonna be the moment of truth. Okay. So that's it pretty much. They even missed their turn to play unless they have interaction. Okay, well, sometimes you lose like this. And I would have played the Punisher first, because they easily can hold the Exile 3-drop card here, but I mean, that's not 3 draws, no land yet. Okay, they haven't done anything yet, so let's see. Okay, that also works, of course, but now, I mean, I gave them so much time there. But it's of course not over. That's a thing that they can keep proliferating quite a bit. I can also kill it with the Miklos, but they might have the exiling thing. The land is of course good, now I can play... Well, I need still a green second source. Funny how again I'm at this point here. So, because I want to have a card from this thing, but I need... Okay, they did have also the Anoint with Affliction, so... Oh, let's just keep playing all these things. No point slowing down here. I mean, this is still a high impact hand here. Even though the Altis Blade Mantis went away into a discard, the opponent kept a hand that has a lot of interaction, but not much ways to pressure me. This could be annoying, but I have 2 things that... 2 of my 2-drops just can kill it. But they might actually start, proliferating me to total death here. That's what I'm afraid of, if they just keep having interaction. Okay, well, that's something they can use to start dealing some damage. Okay, well, there is a way to deal with the Immobilizer, but let's see first if they are gonna allow me to attack. think I'll just play another Mantis here, no point. No point playing the Vorak yet. Because I'm not going to play the Kangaroo Bloom without having the 1 mana up. Yeah, they have the counter spells now, which they can freely play because I was stuck at low land count. Of course, I did keep a risky hand. I'm not saying this wasn't a somewhat likely outcome, but it was very hard to, you know, not keep that hand because I had this Miklos there, and I even had another 3-drop to feed to some removal. Okay, so I think the Siphoner has to go here. Hopefully they tap out now. Okay, that is almost going to do the thing. Hexgold Slash will be somewhat useful. Yeah, so what I can do here is, yeah, this can maybe find me a forest. If it doesn't, the Hexgold Slash can kill the Siphoner. So... and there was Nissa again. That was unlucky. Now I would assume they're gonna tap down the Mantis. Well, let's see if that's gonna happen or not. I also do think I'm gonna actually... I might actually have to kill the Synthesizer or maybe the Skitterling with the Predation, because this can be killed with the Hexgold Slash. I'm gonna do it right away. Hopefully they don't have any means to. But I wanna do it before they get to draw a card in response, so let's go. That worked. Okay, so I'm not corrupted yet. So the Skitterling, they have to corrupt me before I get the 3rd poison. I mean, yeah, that's right. But I mean, this doesn't do anything yet. Hopefully they don't have a proliferating effect, because I would like to get rid of the Skitterling. Although I want to get rid of this guy too, but... well, let's see. They draw a card. Okay, so currently no access to black mana. Now they do. Another Kangaroo Bloom. Sacrifice an artifact or creature. I really just want to get rid of the mobilizer, so that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna play this. And then I also want to get rid of the Skitterling. So no proliferating yet. I think if they had a proliferating effect, they just would have gone for it, because they could have sacrificed an artifact in response. So let's go with this plan and hope they don't have something. That's a bit risky, but... okay, they have multiple Anoint with Afflictions. Now I could have played around that had I targeted my Lattice Blade Mantis, so... there's a mesmerizing. So now, you know, now I am corrupted, and now this thing is a 3/3. But they are down to 1 card, and I'm taking only 3 unblockable here. This can make those. No, this can pump 1/1s actually. That's the different one. So now this has counter, so the troll will be drawing me stuff. But of course I play my 6/6 now. Yeah, so now they're having an empty hand. No even lands that draw cards, so that's... I can win with this guy. Sadly my Nissa is indeed again somewhere here. But... this is gonna be dealing 6, I'm gonna gain 3 here. Yeah, they had to have the another Anoint there. Well, I guess I can play both my things now with the forest. Let's just play the troll first. If they have the counter spell, I'm corrupted, so it would punish me. Okay. That can, you know, eat the mesmerizing dose. Don't have mana for it right now, but if I want to have my mantis back up, Venture. Oh, so now if they proliferate, I'm okay. This I think is a problem. It's at least a very, very tough game now, for sure. Well, that is the opposite of a problem. That's actually a way to win a game if they were just gonna tap out there. Let's first attack and see what if they're gonna do some tricks. I can attack with everything because if they double block the Kangaroo Bloom, yeah, I can get rid of the Venture. So my land count is 8. I can put x equals 7. So this thing has lifelink. So okay, the lifelinker. So I actually do have a lethal. This thing only pumps one once. But they can draw in response. I think there's no rush doing the Tiber stand right now. I'm gonna let this happen first. They go to 6 because of the lifelink, and I can actually just draw a card with this. Because of course I have a win on the next turn still. That's almost castable. If I crack this, I could play a 2 mana play. But then again, I want to next turn be able to play this and have a Tiber stand up even as a x equals 0 spell. And now I'm at 7 lands, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, I no longer care about the synthesizer being a 4-turn clock because I have a much faster clock myself now. So I might actually... Okay, another pretty good card now. They can pump it. They can make it into a 3-2. But I mean the Silvok Battle Chair, that is just a nice card. The trample is such a relevant thing there. And of course you can move it around. Now if they at any point play their last card or tap all of their mana, I have a 100% lethal with Tiber's stand. Can they even attack? No, they can't even attack with the synthesizer there. Do I want to crack this now? I don't think there's any reason to crack it right now. So, I could move around the battle chair, make this into a 7-8, but I want to play it as safe as I can. I'm pretty sure they are not having anything, but I'm also pretty sure that I can just do this. I should attack with the troll here because now they have to block with the skitterling. Otherwise they could put the skitterling and these guys and I wouldn't be trampling anything. Okay, they're actually taking the 3 from there. So they're gonna make the troller drake into a 3-2. Yeah, so I'm gonna kill it and then the unblockable guy too. That's all fine. This would be fine for me if they don't do anything. I do realize I have a win with the Tiber stand if I just want to go for it, but I mean they could have a third one of these and I don't want to lose to that stuff. They go down to 3. Now I can play the Engulfer while leaving the Tiber stand up. This can sack itself, by the way. Yep. They can only use it once per turn, so they can't sack multiple creatures. Now I'm in a good spot because now they have only one card. So my Tiber stand will be lethal now because they have to first of all do something about these guys. So I mean they are facing a lethal attack already here. And then if they have some kind of interaction, or if they just play the last card in their hand, which is some kind of a creature, then I can use this safely. Now I think the opponent did in this game now flood a bit. They had a starting hand which had a Vraska's Fall, Anoint with Affliction. They had to bring the ending at some point, but funnily that was exactly the kind of starting hand that allowed me to still win here despite not hitting my land drops and even having to discard it to hand size. I discarded the first Mantis. Imagine if opponent went like a 2-drop, 3-drop there. But now they didn't, and I was at 20 life and no poison for a long time. And then I found my lands finally. And I allowed to, of course, that allowed me to play all my stuff. And when you are, mana screwed, you obviously will have a lot of spells. I never ran out of spells to play here. So yeah, that was a tough start to the game, but I'm actually now happy they had all the interaction and not so much ways to pressure me. Okay, that was a trophy draft, but the deck was actually quite decent. And I didn't even win just because of the Nissa. I won one game with Nissa and I think one game with Miklos, and those games were maybe winnable even without these. Other than that, yeah, the only card I didn't get to draw was the Furnace Strider, which is, it's good, of course. It's just one of the more playable 5-drop common creatures that has been printed. A very good one, because you can haste itself and then you can haste something else. And then of course you have the option to add the oil counters in some ways to it, either via proliferating or skull bombs or something like that. But yeah, I didn't get to showcase this card in this draft, but even without this bomb race, I do like the triple Warrak. I still had the interaction in Hex Code Slash and the Volt Charge and the Predation here. My 2-drops were great. Double Kangaroo Plume. Well, I guess the rest of the 2-drops are just, normal 2-drops, but I mean, 2 of your 6 2-drops are very good. That's always a nice one. But yeah, very, very good deck, of course, and I'm happy to trophy with it, even though the game 3 in the final match was a little bit scary looking at first. Let's claim the prize here, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.